Copyright applies to the following verbal and written content. With the exception of the content owner, complete content, excerpts, and links may be used for nonprofit purposes only, provided that full and clear credit is given to the following names wherein: Diary Single Woman, Diary of a Single Woman, and Miss Anonymous. Appropriate and specific direction to the original content must be used. All rights are reserved. Hi, this is Miss Anonymous with Diary of a Single Woman with an unscripted video for 50 Shades of Red, Chapter 10, Part 1. So, Keeva signed the contract. Yeah, what about that contract, right? It was a lot of information, I know, but you know what? I just had to lay everything out there, all the details of the contract, so that way, once it's out there, guess what? We don't have to go back and try to remember what was in the contract, what the rules were. So I got that out the way, but I did write a few elements in there that I want to talk about. One is when Keeva started missing Ethan. Now, I'm sure if you're like myself, you've been in relationships or situations where you're mad at a person or something like that, and you're like, I'm not going to talk to them, I'm not going to call them, and you play that whole game of who's going to call who first or who's going to text who first. And so I just thought that was a natural element to bring into the chapter. So yeah, obviously Keeva couldn't take it any longer, and she broke down and she went to go call Ethan, but guess what? She had a surprise, and I won't tell you what that is in case you're listening and you did not listen to Chapter 10, Part 1. So that was one element. Also, there was another element of, just, have you ever had that friend that is kind of telling you, hey, you need to lighten up a little bit, or you need to live life a little? So I tried to write that in with Xavier, the person who called Keeva, and this is really one of her friends from childhood, and he's just like, Keeva, you need to live life on the edge or whatever. And so I thought that was interesting because I've had friends like that, right? That will say, you know what, I'm thinking too much, or I need to lighten up. And I've also given that advice to some people, like, go ahead and do it. You only live once, enjoy yourself. So have you ever had a friend or family member or someone or tell you that, hey, just live life a little bit? Or have you told someone that? And my question is, are you living life to the fullest right now? Like, would you be open to doing new things in your life, right? So I wrote that in, let's see what else. I wrote that into the story. Oh, and the last element that I thought was something that I wanted to write about was the whole idea that in this contract, Ethan is saying that he's going to pretty much give Keeva an allowance, right? A stipend, right? So I brought this in because, this happens in real life, actually. People can put different terms on it. You can look at it different ways. Some women have what they call sponsors, right? And they do that. They help subsidize their lifestyle. And then sometimes you can look at it in a way that maybe you're in a relationship. Maybe you're married. And guess what? Your significant other is the main person who picks up the tab on just about everything. So there's different ways to look at it. But I just thought I would throw that in there because that really happens. Like, you can really be in a situation where the person is saying, hey, guess what? I'm going to give you this. I'm going to take care of this for you every month or whatever. And what are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's a quid per, I don't even know what is it? Quid per pro or quid per quo? There we go. Anyways. Don't you just love these live recordings? Because I'm not going to go back and edit this. But anyways, or pay to play kind of thing, right? But this is a little different than a pay to play. Because pay to play is to me, it's like a one-time thing. Like for each type of thing that's going to happen. This is more of an arrangement. How about that? Now, some people call it an arrangement, right? So there's many titles that you can put on this, and I hope I was able to bring to light the different scenarios. Like I said, It could be a person who's a sponsor who's helping subsidize your lifestyle. It could be you could be in a relationship or in a marriage where one person pretty much picks up majority of the tab, or it could be an arrangement where it's a little less sentimental, so to speak. It is, but it's like, is it really 100% real, all of the feelings? But anyways, you're just going to have to tune in to chapter 10, part 2 to see what happens next. All of these things are in the contract. Ethan's throwing out money. All these things. What is Keeva going to do? What is Ethan? Is he going to get what he wants? So anyways, make sure you tune in, and thank you so much for listening. Please go out and tell your friends about what I'm doing. I'm writing this novel, 50 Shades of Red, because it's really about to get really, really good. Chapter 10, part 2, it's going to start off a certain way, but you just got to listen to every single drop. And then from that point on, oh my gosh, it's going to be like you got to text your friends or whoever, or your significant other, and say, okay, Miss Anonymous has dropped another chapter. We got to go listen to this. But humbly, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in, and I really appreciate you. And I will see you at the next upload. Yours truly, Miss Anonymous.